Hey everyone, let's talk about saving money. Does it ever feel like this big, complicated puzzle? Well, you're in the right spot because we're about to put all the pieces together for you. Stick around, and in just a few minutes, you're going to have a super simple, really powerful plan to finally get a handle on your savings. All right, so here's the game plan. We're going to cover 5 things. First, why you even need to save. Then, we'll set a goal you can actually hit. After that, we'll get into how to make it a habit, where to stash your cash, and then the big one, the first step you can take literally the second this is done. Ready? Let's dive in. Okay, first things first, the why. Look, before we even get into the how-to, we got to talk about what savings actually does for you. The easiest way to think about it, you're building your very own financial safety net. For when life does what life does and throws a major curveball your way. So let's get real for a second. What if tomorrow you got hit with a surprise $500 bill? Fender bender, the washing machine gives up. What's that gut feeling? For a lot of us, it's just pure panic, right? Well, that stress is exactly what a savings fund is built to destroy. And that's where the emergency fund comes in. Now, this isn't just some spare cash you have lying around. No. This is a dedicated stash of money with one job and one job only, to take the hit from those financial shocks. A surprise medical bill, a sudden car repair, whatever it is, this fund is your go-to, your first line of defense. And listen, this is so important. Without that fund, a small problem can turn into a huge one, like really fast. You end up throwing it on a credit card with a crazy high interest rate or taking out a loan. And just like that, a one-time issue becomes this long-term weight on your shoulders, costing you way more money. Savings? That's what breaks the cycle. Period. Okay, so we're all on the same page about why this is so critical. So let's move on to section 2, the what. As in, what are we actually trying to do here? It's time to name our target and get super clear on the goal. Now, before we get into the nitty-gritty of numbers, I want to get one thing straight. The goal here is not perfection. It's momentum. Seriously, just starting, even with a tiny amount, gives you this amazing feeling of security. It really is all about just taking that first step. And there's some real psychology behind this, The Consumer Financial Protection Bureau says that having a specific goal is what keeps us going. Think about it. A fuzzy goal like, I should save more, it's easy to ignore. But a really clear goal, like I'm going to save $500 for my emergency fund, now that gives you a finish line to actually run towards. So, how do you do it? How do you actually get there? It's really just 3 simple steps. 1, start small. Make that first goal something you can actually reach. Maybe think about what a past surprise expense cost you. 2, keep an eye on your progress. I'm telling you, there is nothing more motivating than seeing that number go up. And 3, you gotta celebrate your wins. Hitting your first $100, that's a huge deal. High five yourself. All right, you've got your why, you've got your what. Now we need the engine to make this whole thing go, the how. This part is all about building the habits that make saving feel totally second nature. Just like making coffee in the morning. Okay, check these out. 4 really powerful strategies. But honestly, the 2 in the middle, they're the secret sauce. Automate it. Setting up an automatic transfer from your checking to your savings, or splitting your paycheck, it's a total game changer. The saving just happens without you even thinking about it. You're literally paying yourself first. Oh, and that last one, if you get a windfall, like a tax refund, boom, it's the perfect way to give your savings a massive boost. And hey, if you really want to level up your game, there's this technique called zero-based budgeting. It sounds kind of intense, but the idea is actually super simple and powerful. You give every single dollar that comes in a specific job. Bills, groceries, fun money, savings, everything gets a task. So at the end of the day, your income minus all your spending and saving equals 0. It's like a complete roadmap for your money every month. Fidelity says it best, this method is just really intentional. You know that feeling at the end of the month where you're like, wait, where did all my money go? Yeah, that disappears. Because you're planning for your savings right at the beginning, you're guaranteeing you make progress. It's the ultimate way to pay yourself first. All right, so you're building the habit, you're starting to see the money pile up, which is awesome. But now, where do you put it? Let's figure out the best place to keep your savings, somewhere it'll be safe, easy to get to, and hey, maybe even grow a little bit on its own. So when you're picking a spot for your emergency fund, there are 3 rules, like non-negotiable rules. Number 1, it has to be safe. We're talking FDIC insured.
Number 2, you have to be able to get to it easily. No jumping through a bunch of hoops when you're already stressed. And number 3, and this one is huge, it has to be separate from your day-to-day checking account. Out of sight, out of mind, right? It just kills the temptation to spend it.
Okay, let's look at a few of the most common options here. For an emergency fund, your eyes should go straight to that first column, the high yield savings account, or HYSA. It's kind of the sweet spot, right? You get a good interest rate and it's super easy to get your money out. A money market account is pretty similar, but now glance over at the CD on the right. Great interest rate, for sure, but look at that accessibility, low. They'll actually charge you a penalty if you pull your money out early. That makes them a terrible choice for an emergency fund, but they can be awesome for goals you know you won't need to touch for a while.
So yeah, for most of us, especially when we're just starting out, that high-yield savings account is the way to go. The best ones don't have monthly fees. A lot of them let you open an account with $0, and you'll earn way more interest than in a regular old savings account. Plus, your money is FDIC insured, so it's safe. Here's a little pro tip for you. Check out online-only banks. They usually have the best rates because they don't have the costs of physical branches. It checks all the boxes. Safe, it grows, and you can get to it when you need it.
Okay, we have covered a lot. We've got the why, the what, the how, and the where. Now it's time to bring it all together. Let's turn this plan into actual action. This is all about taking that very first step, today. So here it is, your 3-step action plan, super simple. Number 1, take a look at your spending from last month. No judgment, okay? This is just about seeing where the money went. Number 2, pick just one of the strategies we talked about. Just one. Maybe it's setting up a tiny automatic transfer. Do it this week. And number 3, open that separate savings account. Give your savings its own home. That's it. See, you can totally do this. And one last thing, and please, please remember this. Your emergency fund is a tool. It's not a trophy you put on a shelf and never touch. You are supposed to use it. So when that emergency happens and you have to dip in, that is not a failure. That is a win. That's the system working. You just handled a crisis without going into debt. The real superpower isn't just saving the money in the first place. It's knowing you can build it right back up again. Because at the end of the day, saving isn't just about stopping bad things from happening. It's about making good things possible. It's about creating freedom and opportunities for yourself. So I'm going to leave you with a question to think about. Once you've got that safety net in place, what's the first awesome goal that your savings is going to help you unlock?